But she has to be satisfied. If she feels unsatisfied, that's what the whole thing of pulling out, like we talked about coitus interruptus at length, right? Mm-hmm. You can't do that because it denies her pleasure, right? Mm-hmm. If she needs vaginal stimulation, then the guy has to do that, right?
Yeah, kids.
When we talk about anal, the understanding is that she wants anal, right? She's already been vaginally stimulated or whatever. She's good there. Now she wants some anal, and he can shoot his wad there if he wants. It's fine.
So remembering is a big deal in Judaism. Zachor, remember. And
right.
What's that service on Yom Kippur where you remember the dead? Yizkor comes from Zachor. It's all about remembrance. But remembrance in Torah, in Judaism, isn't just, oh, I remember Rabbs, what a great guy. It's remembrance is to remember to be able to do something. It's not just a thought. It's also accompanied by an action.
Right. Can you remember the two things I'm supposed to do when I get home?
No.
One of them is I'm supposed to there's two things I'm supposed to... Crap, I'm going to have to watch the video to find out what they were. Because there's two things I'm supposed to do for homework. I don't remember what they were.
The Ibn Ezra says that if Moses had grown up with the Hebrews, they would not have respected him as much. Moses did not suffer from a slave mentality, so he's unlike the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharptons and most of the American black leadership with the NAACP who are like obsessed with white racism, rather than with internal problems in the black community. Moshe does not have a slave mentality. Okay, the burning bush. How come none of these miracles occur when CNN is there to document it? Like, we hear about all these miracles, but you never get to see it on Fox News.
What a question is that?
I heard that in college.
But there's an answer for that.
Okay.
All the miracles, the really open miracles like that, stopped. Okay. When we went into Chutz La'aretz. I mean, they really did stop. We don't have like the base of Migdash anymore with all these miracles going on. And tell me if anybody wants to see it. We don't have, the parting of the Sea of Reeds. We don't have these things anymore. Today, right? All we have is the Torah. But if you want, the miracles are there to see. The fact that Jews are even alive today is a miracle. There are so many people, tyrants, who ran this world in the last 2,000 years who wanted to see us annihilated. It's amazing that we were not annihilated, especially considering we never fought back. Considering we never fought back, why are we still here? When they want us annihilated. Look at all the people that wanted us annihilated. Look at the Romans, the Greeks, the Cossacks, the pogroms, the Soviets, the Nazis, the Spanish Inquisition, the Arabs. They all want us gone, and we're still here. What are you doing now?
There's this great song about by Jefferson Starship. If only you believe like I believe, baby, we'd get by. If only you believe in miracles, baby, so would I. If only you believe like I believe, baby, we'd get by.
Grace Slick.
I might have to move heaven and earth to prove it to you, baby, so we're making love and you feel the power and I feel the power. Then there's really nothing that we can't do. If we wanted to, baby, we could exist on the stars. It'd be so easy. All we gotta do is get a little faith in you. Oh, I've been to so many places, I've seen some things, I know. Love is the answer. Keeps holding this world together. Ain't nothing better. And all the answers to our prayers. Hell, it's the same everywhere, baby. Nothing ever breaks up the heart. Only tears give you away. Then you're right where I found you, with my arms around you. Oh, baby, 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 love is a magic word. Yay. Few ever find in a lifetime, but from that very first look in your eyes, I knew you, and I had but one heart. Only our bodies were apart. That was so easy, so easy. I had a taste of the real world when I went down on you, girl. If only you believed like I believe, baby, we'd get by. I can hear windmills and rainbows whenever you're talking to me. I feel like swirling and dancing. Whenever you're walking with me, you ripple like a river when I touch you. When I pluck your body like a string. When I start dancing inside you, oh baby, you make me want to sing. Oh yeah, alright, baby, we're sure doing it tonight. Every time you come by, let me try. Please, please, pretty please. Sugar on it, that's how I like it. I can't even believe it with you. It's like having every dream I ever wanted come true. I picked up your vibes, you know it opened my eyes, but I'm still dreaming. Yeah, and you're right where I found you with my arms around you. Refrain twice.
I don't think there's anyone left now.
I'll check.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like tomorrow on YouTube. They're gone. All right, keep going.
Just a thought.
If you can sing in tune, that might have been worthwhile. If only you can believe.
Baby.
Okay, go ahead. Now, next thing.
So, baby, tell me about...
I will not rub your tummy. Sorry.
No! Oi, Huskva Shalom. Okay, burning bush. What makes this ground holy is the presence of God. It's not this particular piece of ground is just inherently holy, the burning bush. It's holy because God is there. We all see the equivalent of burning bushes. Do we stop to look? Do we see the divine in daily life? Do we choose to live as believers or do we choose to live as atheists? You can't live as an agnostic. You have to choose in the way you live your life. God can't talk to you if you're not ready to hear from Him. You're less likely to sense God at a dodgy game or at a disco than at a church or a synagogue or a holy place, holy space, yoga. You have to open up your channels to God through prayer, study, meditation, watching these Torah talks and the like.
By the way, there was an interesting thing in that, going back to the very beginning, we talked about that 6-hour PBS show called God in America.
Mm-hmm.
You just brought up yoga.
Mm-hmm.
They described yoga, the whole yoga experience,
mm-hmm.
and the whole fad, if you will, of becoming popular of yoga, as being a way of expressing your religiosity without a
being in an organized religion.
Without being an organized religion, and I thought that you told me that there's nothing religious at all about yoga.
I never told you there's nothing religious at all. Some people may try to argue that, but I've never argued that.
So if it is religious, then isn't it a form of avodah zorah?
No, it's not. It's not saying it's religious. They're saying that people are trying to get to a form of spirituality without being in an organized religion.
Oh.
And I'm not going to tell you that yoga is not avodah zorah.
I didn't say that it was.
Yeah, I'm not.
I never said that you...
Right, and I'm not telling people out there, I'm not going to say avodah is not avodah zorah. I'm not taking position. Just because I do it doesn't make it righteous. Or
okay,
right.
I didn't have an opinion.
I just like it because women like dressed, rather...
Because you just like to be behind the woman that's lifting her little leg up.
Doing her downward dog.
Yeah, that's... I know.
I just like being
You just go in there, for... Yeah,
it may not be
cheap
right.
Thrills. I get that.
It may not be holy.
Okay, no, I was taking your word because we talked about you, because you, like the first time we ever did a Torah talk, you went like, Rabbi, what do you think of yoga? Am I okay? And I'm like, I don't have an opinion because I don't know anything about it. And I said, what goes on there? And you go, just stretching and looking at women's tushes. And I was like, okay. And then fine, whatever. And then I'm watching the show and I'm going like, wait a minute. According to them, it's a religion, They may have formed their own religion, and Levi goes there, and now I understand why he's asking. So how does, I just wanted to... So it's just a way to find God.
So consult your local Orthodox rabbi for an opinion for a halakhic ruling on whether yoga is kosher. And not all forms of yoga.
What about yogurt? Is yogurt, which one's more kosher?
Depends if it's got a no-you on it.
All right, thank you.
Jews don't like leaders. We're not followers. We're too fragmented to unite behind a modern-day Moshe.
Excuse me, what about, how do you explain Lubavitch?
Well, they're only a small section of Jews.
Look how many fucking people join that thing and say, oh, this guy is the Messiah. How do you explain all that?
Some Jews like leaders.
You just said that. You just said
Jews generally don't.
You said Jews generally don't.
But
we have this
Jews
huge
do.
Movement where all these
It's not
Jews...
huge as a proportion of all Jews. It's probably
take a walk on Pico.
Probably less than 1% of
all
all Jews in the world.
Okay, but take a look on Pico.
Yeah, Pico Robertson is a Chabad stronghold, but the whole world is not Pico Robertson.
I know. But still, when you talk about... I mean, it's hard...
It's like 1% of Jews.
That's just hard in Pico Robertson.
Yeah.
When you're standing here and you see all this craziness.
Rebbe.
And you see all this craziness, and then you're telling me that Jews, we don't follow a leader. I mean, like, come on. It's a Jewish... There's a lot of Jews that do.
Okay, Exodus chapter 3, verse 19. God knows that Paro won't let the Jews go, so God says he'll strike Egypt with much suffering. So what's going on here? Why the request for like a 3-day journey into the desert so we can worship our God when the Israelites were never going to come back? So why the request? It seems sneaky. It seems like why is God asking Moshe to try to Jew down the Pharaoh?
Can I answer that?
Yes.
Okay. It's a good question. Can I answer it?
Please.
Here's the answer. It was a 3-day journey up, and there was going to be